Hello everyone, welcome to the TechBizSoft. So as Python series is going on, right? So the last session we have covered like data types, right? What are the data types? What are the different type of data types? So let's continue the same. So today we are going to understand some more interesting topic of data types only. So what we are going to understand, what is the agenda of today? So first we are understanding behavior of the reference data type. So as I told you, right, we have a two type of variables. One is a simple variable, second one is a reference variable, right? So what are the difference? We have seen bit, okay, but today we'll understand how we can go with the reference data type and when it will be reference data type. Second will be, I have told you, right, in many times we have a two type of data types, right, mutable and immutable. So what is the meaning of mutable? What is the meaning of immutable? That also we are going to understand. And the next we are going to understand typecasting, conversion of type, and then skip sequence. So this could be the agenda of today. So we'll start from that first, behavior of the reference data type. Okay, so let's go to the examples directly. So as we know, right, that was the last example that I saw in you, right? So we have a two type of variable, x equal to 100, and here you can see that is having a single value, and here we have one variable which is having a multiple values like 1 2 3 something like that. You can see, right, my tuple having a 1 2 3. So we have a, like many kind of data type which will store multiple variables, multiple values directly. But I told you, right, how does it work? So whenever you are storing multiple value, right, it does work like this way only. So it will create a one block. With the respective block, it does create a one memory, and with the memory it does point to this block, and here we will take the value using the index only. So whenever you have a reference data type, right, that time index does play very important role. So 0 1 2, that was index that we have already seen, right? So if you want to get v of 0 0, right, that time it will give me 65, v of 1, then it will give me 66. So that way it does play very important role. So how we can iterate them, that will look on. Okay, so let's say I have here like my list 1 2 3. Okay, so let me go and use here. Okay, let's say my list 1 2 3. Let's go to the main.py here. So I think it should be in this or not. Okay, let me copy that from there. Okay, yeah, let's say I have like, suppose this r equal to range. This is a one data type. Okay, for me I have right now. So let me go and comment the type of code. So what I will do here, whatever code I'm doing, right, that I will put into a comments only. So later on it could not be any problem for me. So that code I put it into a comments, right? Now what I have to display here, so that should not require. So code, sorry. So here let me copy this code which we have to understand. Okay, so you can see here in Python we can write the code in a single line. So here I am creating my list. So this code will not execute because it is a commented, right? I have put the comment only. So my list 1 2 3, there is a one variable, my list variable, which is having a 1 2 3. Now if you want to display here specific values of this variable, so what I will do here, print what I will write here. Suppose my list is a reference only, right? My list, and what it will give me here, I can give like, suppose index 0, right? So if I will put here index 0, what I will get? So here you can see here we may have a number of file here, right? But which file you are running, that you have to keep here. Okay, do not do like I am writing the code in test.py and running the main.py. So please remember that whichever file you are editing, right, that file name should display on the top of this here only. Then only it will run, otherwise it will not. And I told you how to change this, right? If you want to change, suppose if you are editing in different file, if you want to edit it, right, go to this down and click on this edit configuration, and here you will get that script, right? Here you have to change the file name. If you will change the file name, that will appear in the top only here. So right now I am running with the main.py. It could be any file name. It could be any file name that you have to take care. You may create a number of file as well. Okay, n number of file, but every file will end at .py extension. Okay. So right now I have 3 files, but I am running on the main.py. I have a content in other file as well, but I am running main.py. Okay. So if I will run this code, what I will get? I will get the one only. So my list of 0 is the index of it, right? If I will pass here, suppose 1. If I will pass here, suppose 1, then what I will get? I will get like 2 only. So that way, if we have multiple values on it, right, we can display like that, right? But here I cannot display directly with my list, right? If I will display directly my list, see what will happen. It will give me a value, all the values, right? But some of the data type does give, some of the data type does not give. That we will understand directly. So here if we'll write my list, it will give me complete all three values, 1, 2, 3. And if we'll go with the index number, right? Let's say if I'm going with the index number only, say like 0, then it will give me single value only. So if you want to perform any operation later on, you can see like when we'll start loop, right? That time we will understand more on it, but right now you should know. So we can go, if you want to get a specific value, then you can go with the index. And if you want to get all the values, you don't have to pass any index. So that is the behavior of list actually. So here it is behaving like a list only. So list of one kind of data type, right? After that, let's go to the next. Okay, so this is list is done. Okay, if you want to add something on it, we can add as well. So let's complete this. Okay. So if I will write this one here, so what is happening? Append. Append is a one method of this list only, which will add new element on this particular list. So previously, if I was not writing, right, I was getting what? I was getting the 1, 2, 3 only. But if you want to add something on it, then what happen, right? It will add new element on it, right, which is a 4. So this time what I will get? I will get element 1, 2, 3 and one more element added on this list, which is a 4 only. So I will get 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? That way it will work, right? So append is a method of my list. I mean function, predefined function. We will understand what is a function in details. Right now you can understand append is used to add some new string into a list, because I did not explain that function topic, right? That will come in later, okay, in soon sessions only. So, but you have to understand that we may have a two type of functions, predefined and user defined. So append is a one predefined kind of function which is adding the element into this list only. Okay, same like if we have like suppose my tuple here, like this one. So what does happen with this tuple? If I will go, so tuple is also kind of that, but here we have to understand some mutable, immutable concepts, right? That time I will tell you what the difference, all of them, right? So like tuple is also one of the data type 1, 2, 3, and here I am putting my tuple like 1. So here again it is asking the index only. So index here 1 means one index, right? So what it should display? It should display the 2 only. So if I will write here, suppose, yeah, print already there, right? So my tuple 1, it will give me the 2 only. If I will pass here, suppose my tuple 2, indexing start with the 0 only. Okay, indexing will start with the 0, so it will give me like 3, right? And here it is giving me complete the result of this my list only. So that also we have to understand. We may have n number of variables, like my list is a one kind of reference and my tuple is one kind of reference. So what we are displaying here, my tuple. So it is going to execute from top to bottom step by step. Okay, so my tuple, I mean this will execute first, right, 2, and that next it will display my list, which is so print will happening only that according to the variable which we are passing inside it, right? So my tuple will display first and then my list will display second, like that. So that way it will work, right? And if you will display directly like my tuple, see what will happen. That time also will get all that element. You can see here tuple is starting with this braces, parenthesis. Okay, so let me tell you some braces as well. We have a like this type of braces, and we have a like that is also two type of braces we have that do we use for reference data type, right? So this is look like a parenthesis only, this is look like a square bracket. Okay, or we can understand normal mathematics is a small braces, it is a big braces, right? Bigger one, right? So that we do use. So tuple always store that data into this braces, and list does store data into this particular braces. You can see the difference here, right? That is also one of the difference, right? Next we have a like set also. So let's go with the set. So this time I am writing this set. Why I'm doing copy paste, guys? To reduce the time only. If I will type it, right, it will take a lot of time, so I'm just reducing it. Okay, so that's why I'm explaining here. So next I'm creating a set. So set is having a 1, 2, 2, 3, right? So and I'm displaying here my set, right? Let's see what does it do here. It is again displaying, see here, now it is displaying data in this format also, which is that's called curly braces. So set does display data in the curly braces only, right? So that we can understand it is a tuple, it is a set, or it is a list. List always store data into a square bracket, right? Tuple always store data into a parenthesis, right? And set will display data into a curly braces. But one thing you can understand here, in the set I am giving a duplicate value 2, 2, right? 2 duplicate value, but duplicate value is not coming here. So set does use to maintain the uniqueness. So whenever you have a duplicate values, right, and if you do not want to use them, you don't want to keep multiple duplicate value on it, right? You want unique value only, then we can go with the set. Rest all will allow. Let's say if I am passing here 2, if I am passing here suppose 2 comma and 2 comma, right? If I will run this, see what will happen. It is allowing 2, it is allowing 2, but set is not allowing 2, right? It is allowing only single 2. So set we do use whenever we want a uniqueness. If there are no duplicate we want, that time only we can go with the set. Okay. After that we have like frozen as well. So let's understand with the frozen. It is also on data type. So frozen I have given like 1, 2, 3 frozen set, right? And here we have like f.add 4. So that means if you want to add any element on this frozen set, right, it will directly give me object has no attribute add, right? So we have add method here, like I can add here like with my set if it is required, and dot add, let's say I'm giving here suppose 7, right? So we have add element as well. Actually here just I'm giving the introduction only, right? I'm not going in too much detail. We will go in detail when we will start the loops, okay, and data structures part. So they all are the part of data structures only. So I will explain data structures also in detail. Right now you can say like the variable who does store multiple values, they comes directly under the data structure part, and they do perform with the reference only. So we are understanding the reference type only here, right? So this time what happened, right? You can see I can get 1, 2, 3 frozen set f, and here what I'm getting here, I'm getting the 7 as well. So 7 is adding with this my set. So frozen set cannot add element and set can add the element, right? So these are the difference, and here we are getting the frozen set as well with this, right? So there is a difference between all that we will understand later on, right? So we have a set, we have a frozen set, right? We have a tuple and we have a list. Clear it? We have a distinct as well, dist, not distinct, dist actually, dist data type. Okay, so what is a dist here? So I'm writing here the elements here in the key value pair. So here name is a key, alias is a value, age is a key, and 25 is a values on it. So whatever we are writing before colon, that is a key. So that means you can see here to there, that should be a 1 and 1 record only, and here to there only 1 record. So here in this dist data type I am getting by the key only. So here I am passing the key and it is giving the value of that, right? Like for example here if I will write print once again, suppose I want to display age also. So what I will write here, age only. So age is what? 25. So it will give me 25 and that will give me alias only, right? So if I will run this, you can see I am getting alias here and I am getting is 25. So dist is a one data type which is a reference data type, right, which will store the element in a key value pair, and that will store key and that will store key value pair. But whenever we want to use this, right, we can go and perform operation with the key only. So I will get key and will get the values, display the key and will get the values. So that way this dist data type work. Okay, and we have a none as well, right, that we have seen. So what is the meaning of none? None means like nothing, right? In normal programming, if you are knowing Java and other programming language, right, it look like a null only. It look like a null only. Null means no values. Null means no values. Value is absent on it. Value is not present on it. That is the meaning of none actually here, right? So it is a one type of normal data type. So in terms of reference data type, like we have a list which will store multiple value, tuple we have, a set we have, right, and frozen set we have, right? I think we have byte array as well. Let's to have an example of byte array or not. Range, yeah, we have byte array example as well, right? So let's understand this as well. So byte array is also one of the data type that will store data into a so I can make it suppose here into a one variable, say like my be something like that. Okay, so my be I created a one reference variable. Let me keep it right underscore here. Okay, and inside that I kept how many values? 65, 66 and 67, right? So let's display my be first. Then what does it do? My be, right? Let me remove this one now. What will it give me? So this time if I will display, right, you can see I'm getting here ABC. That means that byte array, if you are going with the display the reference directly, right? See here in the list what happened, right? In the list I was getting the complete element, right? But byte array is not giving me a complete element. It is giving me address only here. It is giving me address. So if you want to get a specific value, you have to pass inside like 0. So what happens? 0 will give me 65. 0 will give me 65. So with byte array, right, you can store the multiple values as a reference, but that will go with the index only. If you will go directly without index, it will give me address only. See here I am getting the byte array A, B, ABC. So that way you can understand how does it use. Okay, so these are the different data type that we have. Reference type that is store multiple values, right? Int float that we have already seen, right? But that is a array data type that will store the multiple values, right? So now let's understand the concepts of mutable and immutable. Okay, what are the mutable and what are the immutable? Okay, so let's understand mutable and immutable. So mutable means something that can be changed. Okay, mutable means what? That can be changed. Let me write this here. That can be changed. And one we have like immutable. Immutable means what? That cannot be changed. So that's immutable here, right? Yeah, immutable means what? That object cannot be changed. What does it mean? That we are going to understand. So first understand this word, mutable and immutable. Then we will look at examples of it. Mutable means what? The types can be changed in place. Okay. Immutable, any changes create a new object. Okay. In place means in the same object. New object means it will creating a new object for it, not like existing one. What is the meaning of it? That we are going to understand. So immutable, it is going to change, right? But can be changed in place only, right? And any change create a new object, right? So normally we do say that if suppose one object we have, right? Suppose we have one object. We have a suppose one object, then what happened, right? Mutable means what? Not changeable. Sorry, mutable means changeable. That means if it is a single object we have, right? If it is a single object we have, right, that will be changed, right? In immutable, what am, right? If it is having a one object, right, that means not changeable. That existing object will not be changeable, right? One object not changeable. So what happened, right? If one object not changeable, then it will create a new object for it, right? Then what happen? It will do, it will create a new object for it. Create new object for it. New object for it. Clear it? So immutable means something which is not changeable, right? Here not changeable, I'm talking about the existing object only. Okay, existing means which is already present, which is already there, right? And mutable means that something which is going to change, right? That means single object, existing object itself. Okay, how does it work? Let's go understand that in details. Okay, so what I'm doing here, let's understand first the immutable concepts. So we have this immutable type. Okay, some of the examples which we have, let me copy this all. Immutable we have, right? So how many data we have an immutable? That we have like int, float, string, tuple, boolean, frozen set and byte. These all are the data types comes under the immutable concepts. That means if you will create any objects of it, right, any data of it, right, with existing one it will not change, it will create a new object for it, right? So let's start with this string itself, because string is also part of immutable, float, int, tuple, bool, frozen set and byte. They all are comes under the immutable type only, right? So let's understand here. Suppose this example. Okay, you can take any one of the example. Okay, I'm going with this only. Let's start with that. Okay. So what is happening here? I'm creating a one x variable. In the x, I'm putting suppose hello. What is happening with this? Okay, x I'm giving the space here, so x space is not required. So I'm putting here x equal to hello. Right? What does it means? Here I'm writing here id. Id means what? It is displaying the memory address. id is used to display the memory address. Okay, so here it is displaying id of x, right? Memory address of hello. So if you can see here, I'm writing here x plus equal to. X plus equal to, actually what it is, an operator. Okay, so here I mean I will cover that in the operator part, but if it is come here, let me explain in a short. Like for example, we do write like a equal to a plus b. A plus b, that I can write like this way as well, like a plus equal to b. What does it means? That means is that you are doing the same kind of operation, addition operation with the a only. So here a, the same will come on the right hand side with the first operator. So here you are writing x plus equal to what, right? What does it means? That means it is saying like x equal to x plus word. Okay, please understand that. That means that word is adding, right? The word is adding on it, right? That means it is adding on the x only. So that what happened, right? It is doing append operation. It is doing append operation, and we are displaying here. So here it is having a like hello, and here if you will display, right, it will display hello word with space. So space also adding on it, right? So it will display me hello word. But if I will display here id of x, that time I will get a different memory address, right? So that will understand. That means after doing some modification of this object, right, it is creating a new object only. That's why it is called immutable. That's why it is called immutable. So if I will go and run this, right, see, I am getting here one address 13984 something like that, right? And there's a different address. If I will get the same address in both places, right, that means it will look like a mutable object. But here I'm getting two different addresses, right? That means it is a immutable concepts, right? So strings, so that way we can take any of the example, right? So as I told, how many is immutable? So we have like this int, float, sort, tuple, bool, frozen set, byte. They all are the immutable only, right? Which one is a mutable type? So mutable type we have, let me show you that once. Yeah, mutable we have this list, dist, set and byte array, right? So these are the mutable objects. These are the mutable objects. What does it mean? Let's understand with this example. Okay, so suppose list is one of the mutable example here, right? So let's go here and just run this code. So here also what I created a one list which is having a like 1 2 3 element. Now here I am adding this mylist.append 4, right? Now let's display here id. What does it do here? So let me display the element, as well as I can go and write here print with this id of what? My list, my underscore list, right? Same, I'm appending the same only here, right? So let's say display with the id of both of them, id of it, right? What does it do? So here we are putting this x equal to id here. Let me display here this two places, first before adding and second after adding, so that way you can understand. So here what I'm doing here I am simply having a 1 2 3 and I'm displaying the id of my list. After appending, right, again let me display this id, so that way if understand that id is changing or id is the same, right? So let me run this code first. So see here what I'm getting. First it is giving me a my list. So my list means I will get 1, 2, 3. So I will get, see here, it is changing actually. That's why it is called immutable. Here it should display me 1, 2, 3, but it is displaying 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And here it is giving me an address, right? So here we have an ID of it, right? So what ID we are getting? 1, 2, 3. For this list ID we are getting. Let's understand. Let me rough this top one. Actually it is confusing this. Let me do the one, and I will put that into a. I will keep only these two. Rest I will keep this into a comment only. Okay. So what I'm doing here we have a two. Actually here I'm going to explain you the difference between mutable and immutable. Okay. So see here I am displaying first x equal to hello, and I am displaying here ID. So see what is displaying here. Let me rerun this because I just put it that comment, right? So here it is displaying me address of it. So this is address of it. After that I am displaying here x. So x is having a combination of hello and word. So it is giving me hello word. And then I am displaying the ID of x. So here I am getting ID. So you can see here the both address are different, right? Same I am doing here. Same I am doing here. So here I am getting my list equal to 1, 2, 3. My list equal to 1, 2, 3. And what I am doing here, I am displaying the ID. ID means memory address of this particular list. So what is the memory address of this? That is 2793, something like that, right? After that what I am doing, I am appending this 4 on it. That means it is doing same kind of things which is doing x plus equal to word, right? Appending is adding a new things on it, right? Then what upon it, right? If I will display my list, it will give me 4 element, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I am displaying the ID here also, so see here, I am getting the same ID 279323, same 279323054170. So if it is the same address I am getting, right, that means it is a mutable because it is not creating a new object. Here after adding this, right, it is not creating a new object. But here after adding this, right, it is creating a new object. It is creating a new object. So that is the best way to understand mutable and immutable concepts. In mutable, what happen, right? If you will do anything, that's why it is called changeable. Change, what could be changed? The current object will be changed. Not changeable means current object will not be changed. It will create a new object for it, and inside that it will add the updated values. It will add the updated values. So these are the main concepts of mutable and immutable, right? So hope you understand what is a mutable, immutable concepts clearly in Python, right? So these are the all things on it. Okay. So you can try these examples. Okay. And if you have any doubt, you can put me on comments, or you can share me on that Insta group as well, right? That's it, guys. Thank you so much. If you like the video, please subscribe it. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.